at this last episode with Brooke and JK, JK finally admitted to sleeping with Alex. He started off the episode being real candid for once, and he's like, yeah, so a few months ago I did sleep with Alex, and he knew, like, he had no other choice to finally admit it. He would have lied the rest of the season, but once his dad had put him on the spot, he really had no other choice. So he admitted to it, and he said that he was unhappy in his relationship with Brooke, and I still think he's unhappy with his relationship with Brooke, and I feel like Brooke is just kind of like a hard ass when it comes to him. Like, I think he's looking for a girl who's like soft and nurturing, and Alex gives him all that. The right man will bring out the softness in a woman, but JK just does the complete opposite with all his lying and cheating with Brooke. And I feel like even if he was with Alex, it would be the same thing. He'd be cheating on her, and the only reason he doesn't have so much drama with Alex now is because there's no expectations, because they're not together. But now they got themselves stuck in this mess because Alex is freaking pregnant. And yes, she is pregnant again. She miscarried, got pregnant again, so JK decides to pull up on Alex. He must have some balls, because last I knew, Brooke had a tracker on his phone, so she could easily find out he's going back there. I think he might have found a way out to finally turn that off. Like, he may have finally realized, okay, let me just put my phone in airplane mode and she won't see where I'm at. So he pulls up at Alex's house, and Alex comes walking out, and she's like, what the hell are you doing here? JK was caught off guard because he's always used to getting a warm welcome from Alex, and she's probably like jumping his bones as soon as he comes over every single time. Like, we saw the clip where he came over and he wasn't even in the door for 2 seconds before he was talking about taking his microphone off. Like, he just goes over, hits it, and then probably goes right back to Brooke or his mama's house. But he was caught off guard that she had an attitude and she didn't understand why he was there. And he's like, you know why I'm here? And she's like, no, I don't. And I think she did know, but she wanted to kind of be that way with JK just because she's annoyed with him, because he didn't come around last time she was pregnant when she miscarried. The least he could have done is at least checked up on her after she miscarried and made sure she was okay. But the only kind of checking up he probably did on her was checking up on the coochie. And so he told her that he doesn't understand why she hasn't said anything to him, and she's like, well, because you weren't involved last time and you're still dating Brooke. And honestly, it is partially Alex's fault, because I mean, she got pregnant the first time and miscarried, knew he wasn't shit and he wasn't involved then, and she still let him come back, raw dog it, and now she's in the same exact position again. Alex said she was pregnant, but she wasn't coming out and saying, oh, it's your baby. But JK knew that there was very well a possibility of it being his child. And did you guys notice his reaction when Alex told him she was pregnant compared to when Brooke told him were completely different? He seemed like he was freaking out, like he just got the worst news of his life when Brooke told him. It even seemed like he was questioning if it was really his child. But with Alex, he was actually like cool, calm, and collective about the possibility of being a father to her child. Like, I almost think maybe he was excited because he thought, oh, this is gonna be my end for the rest of my life, to be attached to her and have a way to get that coochie. Like, maybe he thought, okay, well, now I can have like a little Demadric, Juela, and Kiana situation, and anytime I check up on the kids, you know, I can check up on that coochie too. But he told Alex that he wants to see the ultrasound, and she showed him the ultrasound when she found out she was pregnant. She shared the date. He pulls out his little sausage fingers and starts counting down the months on his fingers to try to see if it adds up when the last time he hooked up with her. And the timelines were adding up. He said, I think they said it was in October that he last seen her and hooked up with her. JK was calm, but he also seemed shocked. Like, he was really like, oh my god, like, you really mean if you come inside someone you can get them pregnant? Like, you think he would have learned his lesson the last time Alex miscarried after she got pregnant, but here he is hitting it raw again. And he's been downplaying this whole time how many times he's seen Alex, because when he finally admitted to sleeping with Alex, he was trying to make it sound like it was just like a one-time deal. But obviously, this was going on for months. If he was able to get her pregnant, she was able to miscarry and get knocked up again, and he's still coming around. And he said, well, I want you to be real straight and honest with me. Am I the father, and what are the chances of me being the father? And it sounds like she was being honest. She said there's a 50-50 chance. There's you, and there's one other guy. So there's a high probability of it. While all this is going down, Brooke is blowing JK's phone up, and he's hitting the FU button on her over and over again. And I guess when she's trying to leave voicemails, he's even hanging up on her so she can't leave voicemails. And she's just got that itch. She knows something's going on. He knows how he's ignoring her, that he's trying to hide something, obviously, and up to no good. And she just knows that he has to be at Alex's house. So she's freaking out. She's probably door dashing right now between DoorDash orders. And now she's ready to go track down JK and pull up at Alex's house and beat some ass. And this is the problem. Like, she's never going to be able to get a job, like, outside of that as long as JK's doing this shit. Because as soon as she thinks he's at Alex's house or he's not answering, she's going to want to leave and just go pull up and go find him wherever he's at. And that's what she's ready to do. And JK told Alex, okay, well, what are we going to do about a DNA test? And she said that I guess the midwife recommends that they wait till after birth, and I think that's probably the best bet for her to get a DNA test to figure out if it's JK's baby or not. And then JK was like, well, now what? And he's like almost like trying to keep the door open, like trying to make it sound like, oh, maybe we should be together. That's what he was giving to me. It sounded like he was trying to make it sound like there's hope for him and Alex, but Alex is smart enough to know that he says all this shit that he really doesn't mean, because he always says, oh, you know, I like you, this and that, but then he always goes back home to Brooke at the end of the day. So obviously it's not worth it for Alex. Alex was like, you got me dragging the hell out of this girl in freaking backway alleys and dealing with all this unnecessary shit. It's not worth it. I sat here and dealt with the first pregnancy by myself. I'll deal with the second. And JK was like, well, it's not my fault. I didn't know you were pregnant. But he kept switching it up. First he said he didn't know that she was pregnant and miscarried. Then he said he heard she was pregnant and miscarried, but he thought that she was just lying and making stuff up as a way to try to get him back. But now that he sees evidence, he's like, oh damn, maybe she was telling the truth. Hell, for all we know, it could be JK's dad's baby with how close she is with JK's dad. Like, I swear, when the dad said he was talking to her for 3 or 4 hours a night some nights, it sounds like the daddy's closer to Alex than JK is. Maybe that's the other guy that she said was the 50-50 chance. I don't know. That'd be a freaking train wreck, but that honestly wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, so JK said, regardless, I'm going to step up and be there for the child. If the child's mine, I'm going to do what I need to do. And I really hope so. And I feel like that's the same kind of words that he should have said to Brooke when she found out she was pregnant. That would have been a lot more comforting for her. And then he was, you know, just still kind of leading Alex on and wanting to hug her and touch her. She's like, dude, don't touch me, because it sounds like she's trying to move on, but he keeps trying to lure her back in, and she just knows that's a waste of time to entertain this as long as Brooke's in the picture. So he was like, what do you want me to do? And she said, I really just want you to go home. And so he said, okay, I'll go. You don't got to tell me twice. And he was leaving, but you could tell he didn't want to leave. He'd take like 2 steps and would look back and would talk more to Alex. But eventually he did leave. Well, at least it looked like it. And hopefully he got out of there before Brooke pulled up on him. I hope whoever Alex is pregnant with does step up for that baby. It does look like she has other children, because I saw a bunch of children's toys in the background of her house when she was talking to JK on the side of the house. But that's pretty much it, guys. I wonder if JK's actually gonna tell Brooke that he possibly knocked up what's her face, Alex. I wonder if he's gonna tell her, or if he's just like gonna wait. You know, I don't think there is that much longer this season, and that would be a good season finale to see him tell Brooke and to see her reaction you know, I heard that they broke up for a few months, and I wouldn't be shocked if that's when she decided to break up with him for a few months, is after learning Alex got pregnant. But honestly, if that was him, I would wait until he knows that baby's for sure his, because I mean, what's the point? But I mean, it still would probably be best to be honest with her so she at least knows, so he doesn't sit there and catch her off guard freaking a year later when he finds out and just be like, oh yeah, surprise, by the way, I got a baby here. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.